What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and a stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe down below. If you haven't yet, it's completely free to do so, and I will keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country. We almost had like a tornado here in Ohio. We were actually without power here for a long time here. Check this out at our house. Yeah, you can see here there was more than 18,000 customers in Ohio that did not have power as this major storm coming through Ohio and probably other surrounding states as well got hit with this storm that had tornado-like winds of up to 80 miles an hour. Check this out. Yeah, as you can see here, there was massive wind damage all around here. And yeah, we actually had a massive stone table in our backyard that was moved. Yeah. And it blew our chimney cap off of our chimney and some of our shingles off. So yeah, we're trying to get kind of a somebody out here to look at it, fix it ASAP before it rains again, or somebody out here quickly. But yeah, this stone table. I mean, the umbrella was closed, but it moved this like several 100-pound table. But luckily, everybody is okay. But it wasn't even like a tornado. It was just a storm that had up to 70 to 80 mile an hour winds, they said. Yeah. Congressman Adam Schiff has proposed a new bill designed to lower gas prices. New information just coming out about this here yesterday. Check this out. Pretty interesting. Would lower gas prices across the entire United States federally. Check this out.
Congressman is introducing a new bill designed to lower gas prices. We hit a new record today in LA County. The Auto Club reports the average for a gallon of regular is $6.17. That's 10 cents more than a week ago, 35 cents more than this time last year. Eyewitness News reporter Jessica DeNova live now in Los Feliz with details on this new legislation. Jessica.
Drivers are fed up with these gas prices. We're hearing it more and more. People telling us about having to choose between their groceries and filling up their tank. The congressional representative earlier today made his announcement on this intersection in Los Feliz, and in the background, several gas stations showing the price for a gallon of regular at nearly $2 above the national average. Gas prices continue shocking drivers at the pump.
They're really outrageous, but I still gotta do what I gotta do, so I just try not to look at the number.
California's 28th District Congressional Representative Adam Schiff introduced legislation Tuesday to help consumers. The Federal Gas Tax Suspension and Windfall Profits Tax Act. If passed, it suspends the federal gas tax through the end of 2023. Today, that would equal 18.3 cents per gallon at the pump. Schiff says big oil can handle it as their profits skyrocket.
300% increase in profits. So don't let anyone tell you this is just the supply chain operating or even just the war in Ukraine. This is also gouging and profit-taking, excess profit and exploitation by the oil industry at the expense of American consumers.
This tax money normally goes toward infrastructure like highway construction and mass transit projects across the nation.
So to ensure the Federal Highway Trust Fund maintains its robust funding, this bill would make big oil cover those costs through a new windfall profits tax.
This senior riding his bike to save money says he's also having to cut back on groceries. Raul Rodriguez is encouraged by the introduction of this legislation in Congress.
Stop being greedy. The greed has taken over this country. Think about the people that are living on fixed incomes. Think about their families and be more generous.
Nearly 2 weeks ago, the House passed a fuel price gouging prevention act, and that is still awaiting a vote in the Senate.
Yeah, so let me know your thoughts here about this. This would help drivers all across the country, suspending the federal gas tax. And then you also heard him say that they passed the um, anti gas tax or anti gas gouging price bill in the House to try to curb gas price gouging from big oil companies. None of the Republicans voted on that. Only Democrats passed that in the House, and they have not voted on that in the Senate. So that's the problem with that. They would need 10 Republican votes to pass that in the Senate. The only way to basically pass that in the Senate would be to get Mitch McConnell and his crew to be able to pass that in the Senate. So right now, not a single Republican voted on that in the House, which is unfortunate because we do need to hold oil and gas companies accountable. They're making the highest record prices that they have ever made. They're on pace to make double the amount of money that they made last year, hundreds of billions of dollars more than they made last year. And if you couple a federal gas tax relief bill on top of several states that have already passed or passing now, like this. Several different states, as you can see here, New York suspends gas tax for 7 months as gas price per gallon approaches $5. So, New York's gas tax holiday just went into effect here on Wednesday as gas prices hovered at record highs across the U.S. following the Memorial Day weekend. The gas tax holidays was proposed in New York earlier this year, but they have now passed this. And as you can see here, it will go for 7 months to the end of this year, all the way through 2022. That is the longest one passed here so far. So that is, they did a really good job there. Next up, the state of Georgia. Governor Kemp signs order suspending Georgia gas taxes until mid July as well. Governor Brian Kemp is suspending Georgia's motor fuel tax for 6 more weeks. The Republican Kemp signed an executive order Thursday extending the tax break through July 14th. So this is an executive order on the state level from a state governor. We always hear about executive orders from the president. Here's one from a state governor. He used the announcement to again blame Democratic President Joe Biden for high gas prices. Although energy markets have mostly been roiled by demand that snapped back much faster from post-pandemic lows than expected. Kemp signed a law in March that passed with broad bipartisan support, suspending the state's gas tax through May 31st. But with pump prices climbing again, Kemp signaled in recent days that he would extend the relief here yet again. So Georgia will be having their gas taxes suspended here. First time they passed it through state legislature, this time through state executive order. So good to see relief here for Georgia for a second time around. Under state law, a governor, in this case Kemp, can suspend taxes by executive order as long as state lawmakers ratify the action the next time they meet. Kemp abated gas tax in 2021 during a pipeline shutdown, and former Governor Nathan Deal suspended gas taxes multiple times. Okay, interesting. And just to give you an idea here, these gas tax pausing or stopping this to so people save money on gas, not cheap. Those taxes in Georgia alone collect about $150 a month that Georgia uses to build and maintain the roads. So when states do this, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Georgia had $1.25 billion left over after last year's budget, after deciding to pay out $1.1 billion in a one-time income tax refund. That uh, is actually $1.1 billion in Georgia tax refund begins this week. This was just here recently, as you can see here. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp says a special state income tax refunds will begin this week, although it could be early August before everyone who filed a return before the April deadline will get paid. Republican Kemp persuaded lawmakers to approve paying $1.1 billion in one time refunds or checks out of Georgia's historic budget surplus, which was signed into law on March 23rd and will give refunds of $250 checks to single filers, $375 to single adults, and $500 to married couples filing jointly. The refunds will be paid to people who filed tax returns for 2020 and 2021. No one can get back more than they paid in state income taxes in 2020. So Georgia's kind of tax refund checks, stimulus checks are going out now until they said it could be until August before everybody who files gets paid. But some people are already getting them now. Next up, the state of Missouri sets up refunds of gas tax increases. Interesting. Missourians can begin completing documents to reclaim the 2.5 cents per gallon motor fuel tax paid during the last 9 months. This is interesting. I'm not sure how much that can equate to, but it could add up. Last year, Missouri legislature passed a 2.5 cent fuel tax increase effective October 1st, 2021. One of the law's selling points was any Missourian who didn't want to pay the increase could keep the receipts and file for a refund. You hear this, Laurel? Get this. Last year, Missouri legislature passed a 2.5 cent fuel tax increase per gallon. One of the law's selling points was any Missourian who didn't want to pay the increase could keep their receipts and file for a refund. Your dad would totally do this, would he not? So you can actually do this. Well, only people that actually keep their receipts and send in are going to do it. And you and I both know that like 90% of people aren't. Right? So earlier this week, the Missouri Department of Revenue posted on their website for reclaiming the increased amount of fuel tax paid. Personal vehicle information along with purchasing information can be entered in a PDF and printed and mailed to the Taxation Division in Jefferson City. Original fuel receipts aren't required to claim a refund of the increased fuel tax, but applications must provide date of purchase of the fuel and all this additional information. So go to the DOR's motor fuel page and fill out that information, and I hope you get a lot of money back. Depends on how much you drove. Boy, talk about an interesting stimulus check. I don't even know what to call that check that you'll get, but who knows? I don't know. It could be $50, $100, $20. It really depends on how much you drive, but yeah. That's totally interesting. I know for sure there's going to be some people that do that. Yeah, that's a really weird one. But and honestly, I mean, people that do that, accountant type people that keep track of that stuff. Laurel's dad for sure. Uh, Yeah, he used to have a logbook when they went on road trips. You know, they could keep track of that forever and keep getting that refund check. Hey, money's money, right? But yeah, it's some checks are harder to get than others. Let's hope this federal plan for pausing the federal gas tax would be good. Really, we got all these different. There's so many different types of proposals and checks right now. And I just did a video on checks that are coming out in June for different states that have already passed, that are already passed, coming out in June. I'll link you to that video here as well. And the June Social Security payments as well, directly from the Social Security website on that. A lot of good comments on that video as well. So I'll link you to those videos here. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. After subscribing, click the bell icon so you get notifications when we go live with new videos. I will keep you up to date here with everything. Here is our video with new checks that are coming out in June. And here is our video with the new Social Security payments and Social Security update video. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.